lunges. My name is Luke Baden. I am a kettlebell master trainer. The exercise I'm going to go through today is just a simple goblet lunge with a kettlebell. Prime movers are still going to be quads, glutes, hamstrings, erectors and core working like crazy to stabilize that weight. Because I'm using the goblet position, my deltoids and my lats are also going to be working really hard to hold this position. So kettlebell goblet lunges. We need to clean the kettlebell, so we're going to set up malleolus, ankle bone in line with the horns of the bell. We're going to chop and drop the hips. We're going to pack the shoulders, okay, so squeezing shoulder blades back and down, flattening the armpits to the body, pushing the floor away, kettlebell stays t-shirt tight and hands slide round the horn. So aggressively, forcefully pushing the floor away, kettlebell t-shirt tight, hands slide around the horns, and I find the front rack position. I'm gripping the horns as hard as I can. I'm squeezing the shoulder blades back and down. I'm using the lats to really flatten the humerus, the upper part of the arm into the side of the rib cage. Chest is up. From here, I need a hip width. So rather than a squat where it's shoulder width, I want to be directly under my hips, okay? Now, common mistake is when people step back, they imagine themselves as if they're on a tightrope. I want you to imagine as if you're on tracks. So the hip width, I want you to retain that through the whole step. I take a long step back, keeping the chest up, and I search for the back knee to tap the floor. I've kept my hip width stance, so I've not come onto a tightrope. From there, I drive back to center by pushing the floor away. I'm gonna alternate sides, drive the floor away, and stand tall. Long steps back, back knee taps the floor, standing tall. So common mistakes. First one I've already outlined, and that is we set this hip width, and then lots of people step back as if they're on a tightrope and lose their balance. Then the other one is going to be the knee traveling towards the midline of the body. We never want the knee to come across the body in this way, so drive it the opposite way or just keep it straight. Another common mistake, it'll be lack of range. So many people will keep this back knee from bending and think that they're doing lunges. Unfortunately, they're not. Okay, so we're searching for that back knee to bend, the back knee to tap the floor, to drive up and stand tall. So it's going to require a long step. If you haven't got the mobility, I would advise you learn the movement just with body weight, okay? So often it isn't a lack of mobility, it's just that you're losing your balance or you're kind of not used to the movement, so you kind of get into this point where you feel like you can't go any further and then you're driving back. And if you add load to that equation, you're never going to get that full range. So the most important thing is to take our time. Even if you want to hang off something, you want to hold the side of a squat rack, just so you've got that balance, searching for that back knee to tap and then changing sides. If the back knee, even when you were doing this, if the back knee still cannot get down, probably a good idea is to put a yoga block as your target and get your back knee to your yoga block. And then as the weeks unfold, take away the block and get closer to the floor. That was a kettlebell goblet lunge, but remember, goblet reverse lunge even, but remember you can do this with dumbbells, you can do it with double kettlebell, double dumbbells, and if you're advanced, you could probably do it with a barbell, but I would advise you stick with those dumbbells or kettlebells. So I hope you found that video useful.